Hello, this is Michael, UJAT Care founder. And in this video, I'm going to discuss one and hopefully a series of videos on our existing and future improvements to our file and folder section. We would hope you get a lot of utilization out of this. It's a really practical tool for a closed network, and it's a secure way to save data that has to be shared between you and your staff. So let's begin. First, in summary, our system works very much like any other cloud-based system, G Suite, Microsoft Office, or Dropbox. But the significant difference is that you're not charged by user, and it's included with your basic or whatever subscription package you have with UJAT Care. And it's also multimedia, as you'll see shortly. So let's begin with the process that you as an owner administrator or any staff member, because their screens are very much the same, as you can see, private, shared, and public. So they can create and manage private documents, they can share those documents, and they can even publish them to the whole group. We'll be expanding on the resources here shortly, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So let's create a folder that we want to share with our staff. Our first job is to create the folder, which means I'm going to go into my private file and folder section. And here you see I have videos, audio, images, and documents. In this case, I'm going to work with the documents, but everything else functions basically the same way. In the moment, I have one folder, testing, and I have two documents in the general folder. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create another folder, click my plus button here, and I'm going to call that folder Forms. And it just takes the system a few seconds to create the folder Forms. And there we are. Now, when we go into the folder Forms, we can share that folder. We can edit the name of the folder. Let's do that. Just change the name. And now let's go into the folder Forms. And here we are. So now in the folder Forms, I'm going to create a new form. And let's call this particular one, I'll call it a folder for employee applications, for want of anything else. So I'm now creating a subfolder within a folder. There we are. Now, I want to share employee applications with my administrator. So what I do is I click this button here and I select Share. And in this case, I'd select the name of the individual administrator, and I'm going to select Dragana here. I can add others, as you can see. We will be adding shortly, and it'll be available in our next video update, the ability to give this to whole groups within your system. And so let's add Michael Caregiver as well and share. Great, so now I've shared this folder, and if I go to Michael Caregiver's account, and I go to shared, it will load, and there is, need to open this full screen so you can see it, there's employee applications. This is a shared folder. I can even share this folder with other staff members if I need to. In this case, of course, I may not wish to. So now let's go back and submit a document. We can upload any kind of PDF file or Word file. In this case, I'm just going to go to employee applications. And I'm not going to create a folder I actually want to upload, which will be this button here. And that'll now read whatever files and folders I have on my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find one to add here. So let's see, add files. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for, let's say we'll pick a PDF file, or maybe I'll just go over here and I'm just going to search and see if I can come up with anything for employment forms, for fun. And so here we go. What have we got for, we'll just use this particular form here. I'm going to use a PDF. So that's going to take me here. And let's go into, again, there, open. There's the form, and start my upload. I can also drag and drop files. And the upload's complete. And I can close, and there's the form. Now if I click on this, it'll open in the browser. There's the form. My staff can download it, or they can print it. Let's close that. Now let's go back to Michael Caregiver to see if he's got access to this form. So I'm going to go in here into Employee Application Forms. And there's a shared form. And I just have to click on it, and I can read the form in my browser. The key in anything is to be sure to have the right architecture and the right structure. If your goal is to share documents, to share pictures, to create and share audio files, that can all be done here and is filtered accordingly. And you can share videos. Let's see if I can't find a video that's worth putting here. So this actually is an abuse video that we found, and that father was actually arrested and punished. It's pretty sad. It's private right now, but let's add it. Let's upload a video. So I'm going to create a video folder, call it training videos. Again, I'm uploading this to my company's private folder as an administrator. I haven't shared the folder yet. There's it, training videos. Now I'm going to go ahead and let's upload a video. In order to do that, I need to find one on my system. Add a file. Let's see if we can find a video here. Typically, those are MP4. Now, the video format is very important. And if your video format is not consistent with what's available, then it may not play on our system. We will be integrating a conversion tool later that will actually convert that video for you. Let's find a video here. So something that's an MP4 and relatively small. Easier if I can get a picture of it. All right, great. Let's use this one, which is our Dropbox. I believe that's an MP4. Details, sure it is there. Select that video and start the upload. And you can shoot your own training videos, any type of videos you like, and you can shoot it with our mobile app, which is coming out shortly, and we'll actually upload here directly. I'll show you that in just a moment. You may have to wait a few minutes until this bar says that the upload is done. So you want to be sure not to interrupt this process. That's it, done successfully. I can now close this, and there's that MP4 video that I just uploaded from my computer. And let's see if it's the right format to play. Yeah, sure it is. There it goes. It may depend on the internet connection, how long this takes to load, and there we are. And that's a copy of our artificial intelligence Dropbox.
And there's the Dropbox. All of those blinking lights indicate that the VooBox is running its analysis. Each light's color, which I don't think is actually showing through this video very well, because there's yellow, there's blue, green, and red flashing here.
So there's the video.
Indicates.
Let's close that. And now let's go take a look at our caregiver's account. Let's close the document that they were reading. And we'll go back over here to shared. Needs a moment to load. And there's no video file. Why? Because I neglected to share it. So now I've got to go back. Select the gears. Share it. And again, we are going to be adding group shares for you shortly in the coming days. But for right now, it's individual by individual. Share the product. And go back to Mike's caregiver account. Let's refresh this again. And there's the training videos that I just created for Mike. And there's the video that I just shared with Mike. And there's the video itself. And again, it really depends on your location and how long it'll take before it loads.
And there's the VooBox. All of those blinking lights.
Now, let's presume your caregiver may have documents he or she thinks are important. They can do exactly the same process. They can open up their private folder. They can share their document or create their folders here to manage it, which is this button here. And then they can share it with staff members or the community or yourselves. This information here is for our programmers because, as you know, we're still a beta. And there you have it. This is an incredibly useful tool. It makes your documents secure. It saves you space on your emails. It's just a matter of you managing it and setting up the right structure and then being clear on who you're going to share it with. Now, as our mobile applications come up, Endorse Me and our mobile EVV app have video components. And I'll just take a moment to show you. These are all uploaded directly either from our mobile application or from your computer, as we did earlier. And they can be shared and they can be published in exactly the same way that we were previously doing. There's a lot of updates coming to this, and we'll deal with that in another video. Okay, thank you very much again for your time. I hope this was helpful. And again, please don't hesitate to send your questions to your support desk or direct them to me. Again, it's Michael signing off. Bye for now.